This is Rick2425 here, and today I'm going to be doing a slightly different video. It's going to be a multi-topic video. It's going to be talking about card sleeves and deck boxes. So without further ado, let's get to the deck boxes. Alright, so our first deck box is going to be this Ultra Pro deck box here. It's a self-locking system. It holds up to 80 sleeved cards, and comes with one divider. You can get these for around $3, or $3 to $5, depending on where you are. And from what I can tell, they're fairly good, sturdy deck boxes. Now, I've got 3 of them here. White-blue deck, red-green deck, and I want to say red-blue, but could be red-black. Now, onto another box. Here, this is an Ultra Pro side load box. It holds up to 80 sleeved cards and doesn't come with any dividers, but it has 2 life counters on either side. And from what I can tell, this one's fairly good. As you can see, it's a bit beat up, but that's because I've had it for a little while. Deck boxes are going to do that after a while. And then this one is either red black or red blue, whichever this one isn't. Let me see here. This one's red-blue. That means this one is red-black. Alright, so the next deck box is the Ultra Pro gaming case. This one holds up to 100 sleeved cards and doesn't come with any dividers. And this deck here is the Return to Ravnica Rakdos event deck. Yes, and then you may recall this deck. This is my Political Puppets deck, but I realized that the other case wasn't exactly good since the Velcro was starting to peel. So I looked into deck boxes and I found this one. This is a Fantasy Flight deck box. It has an area for your favorite card. It's like a removable panel thing. But I tried to use it for the commander for EDH deck, because I have a custom EDH deck over there based around the card Karthus, Tyrant of Yund. But it turns out you can't fit sleeved cards in that area. But it's a fairly hard material and holds up to 100 sleeved cards, and has a special little area at the bottom for tokens or dice or what have you. and it just kind of clips right in there to the bottom. Now these come in a variety of colors. There's red, green, black, blue, white, you know, all that jazz. And these come in only the mana colors, and then this one here only comes in that style and a more updated style. And then this one comes in this clear and a translucent black. Now as you can see, this one is a slide off load. And then this one is empty. I'm going to be using this one for my werewolf deck once I build it. And now for the final deck box is the Ultra Pro Commander deck box. Now this one is Velcro, holds up to 100 sleeved cards and a couple sleeved oversized cards. Now you can remove this part here, which I don't really see how that would be even the slightest bit useful, but I guess there is a use for it out there somewhere. Now, a couple things I really don't like about this deck box is, first of all, after playing that EDH deck, the Political Puppets one, I realized I don't need the oversized cards, and that the Velcro is starting to peel, sort of, and that it's too big and clunky, and you can't really do much with it. I found out that it was too big and clunky when I was taking my EDH deck to summer camp, and this wouldn't fit in the bag. So I had to use this one, and that screwed up a couple of my sleeves, because they're not the sleeves that are recommended use with this. So my recommendation is, do not buy this for your EDH deck. Instead, buy those. Now there are other ones out there, and they're all fairly good in their own way, I suppose, but I found the Fantasy Flights are best for me. Now, there's one that I also want to get. It's called the Ultra Pro Pro Tower deck box, okay? It's got 2 layers. One holds up to 80 sleeved cards, or no, up to 100 sleeved cards. And the bottom layer is a pull-out drawer to hold, like, dice and stuff. And then it's also got a fold-out compartment that holds sleeved oversized cards. I would use that as like a toolbox. By that I mean I would hold sleeved token cards up top, the dice at the bottom, and when I get into it, I would hold plane chase cards in the oversized card pocket. And then you can also get the Ultra Pro Satin Tower deck box, which is very, very similar to the Fantasy Flights, but you can't label them. And yeah, you can't label them. And from what I see, they don't exactly offer as much protection, because this is a lid. That one just pulls right off. I don't know. I just don't really like that all that much. And now, here's my last box review, which is going to go straight into the sleeves. Now, this is the Dragon Shield box. It comes with the Dragon Shield card sleeves. And I don't use these boxes for deck boxes at all. I use this one for storage of excess sleeves. And then I have 3 more. I think it's 3 more. 2 more, sorry. I have 2 more, and I use them for loose cards. And now that's going to bring us straight away into the card sleeves. So, here you go. Alright, so now for card sleeves. Now, I only have 2 sleeves that I will be able to use. I have the Ultra Pro matte sleeves and the Dragon Shields. Now first, let's go to the Ultra Pro matte sleeves with my Return to Ravnica Rakdos event deck. Alright, so this is 60 cards right here. Now, they have a nice feel to them. They slide rather easy, which is kind of a problem for me, I think, because that means your cards will topple like everywhere. But since they are easy to slide, that means that they're easy to shuffle. See? But I have already split 2 or 3 of these, so they're not exactly the most indestructible sleeves on the planet, but they are pretty cheap. So if you're on a tight budget, I would recommend getting these. Well, I mean, if you're on a tight budget and you're looking for something at least fairly durable, I would get these because they're durable enough to use for like a booster draft or something like that, which is what I got these for. But then I ended up decommissioning that deck because I found out that I couldn't really do much with it. I mean, they were some good cards, just not together. Alright, so that was the Ultra Pro matte sleeves. They come in a few different colors. Just look them up. Matte is spelled M-A-T-T-E. Now for the Dragon Shields. Now, I really like the Dragon Shields because they're easy to slide, but not so easy where your entire deck goes toppling every time you use it. Now, though they are kind of hard to shuffle, I found a way around that. If you take it from the top here and then put it in like that and then just kind of let it spread. God. And then they just kind of, there was just one card that was trying to go into another sleeve. And then just push it down and it's fairly easy to. Now, these are fairly indestructible. I have not split any, but I have dented quite a few. But apparently there are some ones that you want to look out for, and some of them you want to try to avoid getting, as I read online after I bought these. Mind you, you want to look out for, and by that I mean like you want to try and get the gold, black, and purple. They are the most durable. And then the ones you want to avoid are the silver, white, and blue. They are the least durable. Which I will agree, since I have gold ones, and I have yet to dent them, and I've used them multiple times, and I've dented quite a few of these. And I only ever saw one Dragon Shield split, and that was by my dad's girlfriend. I don't even know what happened. It just randomly just split. It was probably the way she was containing it. Because she doesn't exactly know the value of cards. Now, Dragon Shields have a fairly limited location area in the US, and you can buy them for around $10 a box, and each box comes with 100. By the way, the Ultra Pros are like $9-ish bucks, I think, for a pack of 100. Maybe, I think it might be $5 for a pack of 100, and you can buy them almost anywhere. But I heard that in European countries, the Dragon Shields are a lot more common. And the Dragon Shields come in gold, silver, blue, white, black, purple, pink, green, brown, yellow, and orange. They used to come in a pink-purple fusion, but they discontinued that for whatever reason. But some other sleeves you might want to look into that I don't have here to available, but there's one type I'm saving up for, and that's the one I'm going to save first, is the Mayday Games card sleeves. Okay? They say on the package that they're 125% thicker, which to me sounds like that's pretty good. And on Amazon, you can get them for a total with Pennsylvania tax and shipping. You can get them for around $7, which isn't, for a pack of 80, which isn't all that bad. Especially since they're probably about the durability of Dragon Shields, if not stronger. And they come in various sizes. Now, what I found you want to get is for stuff like this, you want to get the Magic the Gathering size. 2.5 by 3.5. Because they have multiple sizes, and that is the only one that will work on these cards. So, because they have some really strange ones, because they have some that are probably even too small for Yu-Gi-Oh! And Yu-Gi-Oh! Here, they're here. Let me take out a Yu-Gi-Oh! Card and compare it to a Magic the Gathering card. I mean, I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh! Anymore, but see, a Yu-Gi-Oh! Card is just barely smaller than a Magic the Gathering card. I thought they were a lot smaller than that, but guess not. So, but they come in sizes that just seem like, what card is small enough to fit into this? Now, there's also the Max Protection sleeves, which I've heard you really want to avoid because they can split while just putting your card in to the sleeves. So when they say Max Protection, they lie, but their deck boxes look fairly durable. And you also want to look at Rook deck sleeves. I've heard they're fairly strong, but you had to look on a place called thewarstore.com because Rook no longer makes them anymore because they cheaply put them in packs of 30. Which isn't going to get you anywhere for anything. And then another type is the Dragon Shields, I mean, not the Dragon Shields, the Fantasy Flights. Fantasy Flight Shields. I was just pointing that because that's a Fantasy Flight deck box. I haven't heard anything about the Fantasy Flight Shields, but I think they're about as strong as the Ultra Pro non-mats, the more traditional style sleeves, which are another one you want to look for. And then there's the KMCs, which come in matte and premium, or no, matte and super. I don't know what the super is, but I assume it's similar to the Dragon Shields. But the KMCs are very, very rare because they're Japanese shields. So, you know, you gotta order them offline. Just like the Mayday Games shields, you gotta order them offline because I don't think you can get them anywhere else. Another sleeve I heard of is Legion Supplies, but I've never heard anything of them. All I know is they have a mass selection of designs and stuff. So if you're into the more decorative aspect of the sleeves, go check out Legion Supplies. I don't think I'm missing any sleeves. I've heard of Player's Choice. I've never heard anything about them or what they look like or how thick they are. I've just heard of them. So there's that one. And then there's some websites where you can pay an outrageous amount of money to have your own art put on the card sleeves, which would be nice if you're loaded with cash. And some more deck boxes would include the Max Protection ones, a few more Ultra Pro ones, Rook boxes. They're mainly vaults, though. The heavier tin ones. And I don't think there's any other ones, but I could be wrong. And yeah, so it's kind of all personal preference. Personally, I would recommend the Dragon Shields, but that's also because I haven't experienced anything better. Now, once I decide to order them, I'm going to do an unboxing, sleeving, review, well, probably not the sleeving, on them. Actually, I can tell you why I wouldn't do the sleeving, is because I would use them for my werewolf deck, and I don't have the cards to build the werewolf deck yet, so I would just get out 60 random cards and then sleeve them and then demonstrate it for you guys. So, yeah. But I don't think I'm going to be getting those sleeves anytime soon because I'm going on vacation tomorrow. So I won't be doing any videos for quite some time. And by the way, you want to pick up probably a set of dice for your gameplay. That's just a little tip. And then a deck builder's toolkit and a fat pack. They're also very, very helpful. But that's all for now. So you might want to look more in depth, maybe try out some sleeves for yourself, and get back to me with any more sleeves that I haven't heard of, or well, that I haven't mentioned, or maybe a quick overview of something I have mentioned but wasn't able to explain, so that I can see whether they're worth even trying out or not. So, until next time, Rick242 out. Peace.